Let's just checking to see how much of you we see and how much of me we're gonna see. Okay, I gotta edit the thing and then we're good to go. Hit post.
Wood Berman editing a photo.
Sweet. All right.
Spot fishing. That's enough.
Are you ready?
No.
No.
No, we should just skip it.
Pokemon Go. Hold on. Before we get into that, have you ever noticed? You've had friends with dogs, right?
I've had friends who own dogs, or I've had friends who are dogs.
Owned.
Both are true.
Owned. Have you owned a dog?
Well, my family did, yeah.
Have you ever noticed how dog owners always refer to the dog by their name? Like, this is Chuck.
Oh, yeah.
But cat owners are always just like, Kitty!
That's exactly what I do all the time.
You never see a dog owner go, Puppy! When he gets home. He's like, hey, Chuck.
Puppy!
No, the dog's name is
Sup,
Chuck.
Well, the guy he probably threw up because he was overexcited. So, your name's Chuck.
It's October, so I'm eating candy. I got a tiny Kit Kat, and it's individually wrapped for my discomfort. And
I've always found that the miniature Reese's to be hilarious because they still do. You know, it's individually wrapped and then also wrapped again. But they did not do the cardboard sleeve.
Right.
Reese's, I think, has one of the highest wrapping to candy ratio possible.
Keeps price up. You gotta pay for all that paper.
Yeah.
Well, and then Reese's are specifically formulated to be tailored towards those who like peanut butter or those who like chocolate. You're going to get a little bit of both. But you know, the Reese's Minis are pretty much for chocolate lovers.
Anytime that isn't the original one, they completely screw up the ratio of peanut butter chocolate.
I think they do it on purpose though.
They must.
So you can be like, man, I want more peanut butter this time. So you get a big cup.
Yeah. Are you talking about the 1 pound ones?
No, they have instead of a 4-pack king size, you can get a king size big cup, which is 2 like oversized cups.
Oh, well, you can get one that's really.
I know it's like a cake.
Yeah. I ate one.
It's like a pie.
Well, I ate half of one, which is half a pound, and I was like, this is a bad idea.
Did you have to use a fork?
No, I used my hands.
You think it'd be like proper to use a fork and a knife? You cut into slices like a cake or a pie. It's gotta be like a peanut butter pie.
Well, there is no wrong way to eat a Reese's.
How do you poke the hole through it?
With your fist.
You remember doing that with the little ones, right? With the normal size Reese's, you poke a hole and you look in there and you're like, oh, it's still the universe out there.
Yeah, right after you had your domino chain flip it into your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great commercial.
Mm-hmm. I almost forgot about it.
It's like the Reese's commercial.
So I've eaten
that and E.T.
I've eaten a Whopper and a Heath bar, and I've eaten a Kit Kat, a New York peppermint patty, and I'm gonna eat a Reese's.
Yeah.
And I'll have one of everything in your bag.
Yeah.
Which is good for me. Why not? There's 233 pieces in there. Why didn't they round it up to a more whole number? 235. What if they just rounded down to 230? They're gonna save money.
I don't know. It's probably not actually 233. It's probably 233 by weight.
Right. Right.
Which I don't understand how that works. It's either 233 or it weighs a certain amount. You can't have items by weight. That makes no sense.
Because each of these don't weigh, like a Reese's and a Whopper don't weigh the same.
No, they don't.
Which is probably why by weight, because it's under a big like funnel.
Yeah.
And then you get that one unlucky bag that's mostly Heath bars.
Yeah. They probably just throw all the candy into one big funnel and put it in the bag. Which is not how I would do it.
No, you would have little men go 1, 2, 3, 4.
No. Oh. Robots.
Oh.
Not robots. And they would, or something. I don't know. Maybe they measure the individual Reese's by weight and then do a layer of Reese's. and then Larry Pete's bar.
But if they did it that way,
and then at the end,
they would specifically say, so let's, what do we got here? 5 different candies?
Yeah.
So, even if we just did 200 candies, how many of each candy would we have in there? You would assume it would be an even number.
200 is divisible by 5.
I know it is. We would have 40 of each, right?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. They would give you like 80 Heath.
Well, they give you a whole bunch of the cheap ones.
Right. And then they would give you 10 of these motherfuckers. And they would layer it so there's like 5 on top and the rest are mixed in.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like there's more than there are when you.
Yeah.
Because you wanted the Reese's. You bought it because you saw that logo.
Yeah.
Or you're like, hey, that's pretty good. And you're like, Whopper's acceptable. And then the York patty, you're like,
Or you just go to Costco and buy a display box of the candy you want for like $10.
It's been hard.
It's a whole display box.
As an avid dieter, where I've been off kilter for a while now, so we have a lot of real things to talk about, even though we're just bitching about Halloween candy.
Oh yeah, lots of stuff happened.
With it being October, well, even with it being like September, there's like, here's the Halloween-sized bags of candy.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, I could just
buy all the Christmas candy and the Thanksgiving candy all rolled into a hollow thanks at Christmas.
And then about a week after Christmas, all the candy goes back to where it came from. They rip open the bag and they pour it in like a pink or green or a blue colored bag and they label it Easter candy.
Well, candy's good forever.
Yeah. Chocolate will turn white and then it's bad.
That's true.
But and you've tasted it. I'm sure you have. I have. I found like a Hershey's Kiss on my bedroom floor once as a child, and who knows how long it had been there. And I was like, chocolate must be fine for forever. It's in a wrapper.
Yeah.
It tastes like fucked up.
It tastes like fucked up.
Right. How much fun is it? Well, it's like, it isn't.
How exciting is it? Well, it's about as exciting as, well, it's not.
Join oral and jerk. So anyway, during our last podcast, I was working for a web design company. And now I don't.
Yeah.
I was let go 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Were you let go, or did the company let itself go?
I think
the company you just were unemployed.
Letting itself go. However, it's had this like elastic, like rubber band effect for most of its lifetime, but usually it keeps somebody around who knows how to do something that's actually constructive. But we're keeping a designer, and that's it. He's good at running reports, and he can tweak a couple things, but he can't really build anything from the ground up. They still do have,
it's still around.
Right. They still do have a contractor programmer on retainer, but he costs $27 an hour.
Yeah.
So holy shit. But anyway.
Yeah, I'd like to make that money.
Yeah, me too. He only works 30 hours a week, but he's still killing me in the paycheck.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably laughing, whacking it at home, rubbing his body with that paycheck. Well, I was like $12.50 an hour, and most of it goes to insurance. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I got cut loose, and I was like, what the hell am I going to do? Yeah, my feet escaped.
Kick off your Sunday shoes?
And I rampantly applied for jobs. I pulled out of a few activities I was doing that cost me money each week, which I'm really sad to do because one of them was figure drawing. I'll get back into it real soon. And then just like I don't have a scanner, so my web comments are behind. Still working on them. Just I'm behind. And trying to figure that out. Deciding if I want to do bulk scanning like once or twice a month.
Yeah.
And then so I can still upload every week. Or if I want to try to get my own scanner and not worry about it.
You need a fancy scanner?
I need a large format scanner. It needs to be able to do 11 by 17.
We can look at. I don't know what I can do, but I got a scanner over here.
It probably can do
8.5 by 11 at least. I don't know if you can do 11 by 17.
It probably can.
Maybe.
It's kind of large.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that happened. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I don't have a job. I'm going to lose my apartment. Life sucks. Everything's awful.
Oh, yeah, that's always fun.
But I do have a girlfriend, so that's pretty great. And,
yeah.
I was like, oh, shit. And my friend Travis, who worked with us at one point at the beginning of the year, who was also cut loose, foot loose, was like,
Condescension.
I can help you get a position at Bed Bath & Beyond. It's like, okay, that works. And
did you get the Beyond section with Morty?
I go in at 5 in the morning and I do stocking. But I also got picked up as a substitute teacher.
Yay!
Which has been interesting. I did 1 day so far. However, there's this incredibly intricate phone system where it also includes the internet, but the phone's always number one. The internet's number two. So I can log in online. We're going to go through the step backwards. I can log in online and look at all available jobs, which means those are like planned weeks off or days off or whatever.
Yeah.
And I can say, hey, I want that one. If no one's got it, I can just have it. And then you can see what's available today. If it says in call, that means the phone system's trying to find a sub, which means I can't override that. The phone always comes first. So I can call the person in charge and be like, hey, if that person doesn't accept that job, can you toss it to me? And then they can. However, if you sign up for the phone system, which if you're a sub and you're not, you're dumb.
Yeah.
So there's that. The phone system is really for filling in immediate things like Mr. Smith.
I got laryngitis. I
morning.
can't teach. Yeah.
Right. So it begins at 6 p.m. calling for the next day, but it can call for the next week on Friday. And it'll call for the next day. It'll be like, hey, type in your password and stuff. We're offering you a job. And it's all automated. Then they can leave a voice message, or they can type a text one. And if they type a short text message, the robot will read it to you. If you type the long one, they'll like, it just says go online and read it because I'm a robot. And anyway, it tells you what you're going to do, and then you can hit 1 to accept it, and you got the job. And then that cuts off at 10 p.m. Then at 5 a.m. it can start ringing.
Yeah.
And this thing rings like crazy.
I'm surprised it goes as late as 5 a.m.
You mean it's early?
Well, it's late.
Some teachers don't know they're sick until the morning of.
Well, I know, but during the winter, sometimes choices get made like 4 or 3 in the morning.
Right, they just don't have the subline calling that early.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you can log in online if a teacher's calling in at like midnight and figure it out. But anyway, so it starts calling in. It will call subs. It just goes down the line of you have 5 levels of availability. 0 is you're not available for that position. Like I'm not available for Spanish.
Right.
1 is I'm fucking amazing at that. Pick me. 2 is I'm pretty good at that. I'll take it. 3 is fine. And 4 is I don't want to, but okay. And
as a mathematician, that numbering makes me sad because the 1 through 5 should be reversed so that you don't jump.
Well, the only reason I'm saying 0 is because you leave those blank. So I'm assuming the computer recognizes it as a 0.
Yeah, almost certainly.
So yeah, so it must. And so first it goes, you're 1. So it takes a list of all the 1s, and it goes, who hasn't worked the most recently? But it starts based on your social security number. So it puts you at the top if your social security number is numerically first and you haven't worked the most recently. It calls you. If you reject it, it just goes down the list. Then it goes to the 2s and the 3s and the 4s. And then if no one takes it, it's absent. And the school has to scramble and figure something out, which does happen.
Yeah, and the principal ends up teaching the class.
So if you're like, I shouldn't have said no, and it's still open, you can call the person in charge and get everything switched around. You can call every morning and be like, hey, what's not filled? You can call like 10 a.m. because there's probably something not filled. You can come in for half a day. And each day you get $110. That's for 8 hours.
Which a half day you get $55.
Right. Which is $10 more a day than I was making at the design company.
Hey.
But it's not guaranteed every day. So Bed Bath & Beyond, I wanted a huge shout out for them because they were like, we really appreciate the teaching idea. It's fantastic. So you can come in the morning, and so you're starting at 5. The chances are you can get called right away at 5. I've never had a call earlier than 6, but if it calls and I have to leave at like 7:30, I can. I can just go teach. If it doesn't call, I stay till 1.
Oh, okay.
So pretty fair. But I started on Thursday, and it's called every day.
Hey.
It called Thursday morning, called Friday, It called Friday night. I'm already booked every day next week.
Nice.
Like doing Kids Inc., which is an after-school program.
Okay.
So I'm, busy, which is nice. But here's a professional quandary that I'm in. I applied for lots of jobs, and I mean lots of jobs, because when I was like, oh God, no work, no money, I applied for everything.
Yeah, everything.
And there's a few professional businesses that are very good, and I'm going to drop the name. Sanford is one of them.
Yep.
Some people may not like working for them, but they're a big deal.
Yeah.
So it can take them a long time to fill a position, not because they're dawdling, but they have a lot of people to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And so I applied for a content writer job there. I was like, I don't even know if I'll ever get back. Because with big businesses like that, if they don't want you, they usually just never say a word.
Oh, yeah.
Which is awful. It should send you something saying, dude, no thanks.
Yeah, I guess there's some legal ramification that goes along with sending rejection letters.
Right.
Which,
if it's not carefully worded, they can get in huge trouble.
Yeah, so usually they just don't say anything, because then not legally culpable. Yeah.
So they got a hold of me and they're like, hey, we want to give you an interview. I'm like, wow, this could be a good thing. It's 40 hours a week. It's probably more pay than the web design company. It's more reliable than the two jobs I have right now. And it will have insurance. But I feel like with teaching in Bed Bath & Beyond that professionally, because I do comics and I do teaching of my own, I could just take any day off I want, ever. Never, ever have to explain myself and go do something. Like, I was going to start teaching on Wednesday, but I was invited to Dakota State to go talk to a bunch of freshmen about going to Europe. And then I learned that their abroad program is so much better now than it was when we were students, that I wish it was this way when we were there, because it was amazing. Because one of the new things they have is there's 200 schools in the United States, Canada, Guam, and Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Roughly 200. I think that means there's more, like 204 or something.
Yeah.
But anyway,
237.2.
Right. So they've got all these schools where you can choose to go to one for a semester or a year and pay the same amount you would have paid for Dakota State.
Oh, wow.
And not have anything affect your major.
Oh.
You're still studying the same thing. You're just doing it over there for a little while. The only thing you have to cover is getting there.
Okay.
Which is fairly doable in the continental United States.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, we could have gone to anywhere, pretty much.
Yeah, MIT.
Right, just for a little while. You could have done a different school every semester.
Yeah.
And then they have another one.
You just start on the East Coast and work your way west.
Then they have another one where it's a little more expensive because housing isn't covered. You have to pay for that yourself. But you can go to various schools in different countries for the same amount of time, a semester or a year. However, both of these programs, you do pay your Dakota State tuition rate unless the school you're going to would charge less.
Oh, then you pay less?
Then you pay what the school you're going to would charge.
Oh.
So you could play a game with it kind of and pick schools where it's cheaper. Get the same degree for cheaper and travel.
Why wouldn't you just go to that school and not go to DSU?
Well, maybe because you want to be with your family more often. You don't want to be in Pennsylvania forever or something.
That's a good point. No one wants to be stuck in Pennsylvania.
Right. Pennsylvania. Is Kentucky right next to Pennsylvania?
Not even close.
Okay, that's what I thought. I know Kentucky touches Ohio, which feels weird. But I don't know why I always thought that. For those of you who don't see
touching Ohio always feels weird.
They don't belong together. So, and then I talked about the trips you can do, and I don't remember if it was this way when I went or not. But now you can pick 1, 2, or 3 credits for these 10-day trips. The 1 credit is just an elective. 2 is just an elective. 3 is you get a minor.
Oh.
And it covers all the stuff from that minor. So if you want an art minor, $3,500. If you want photography minor, 10 days in the UK, $4,000. If you want a business minor, 10 days in Guatemala, something
Okay.
like that.
Okay. So you could study, say, sculpture,
Right.
and then you go to Paris for 10 days and eat a whole bunch of really good tasting food
Go to some museums.
and get a business minor and put that right on your certificate.
Right. Pretty sweet.
That seems like a good deal.
So I had a really awesome time up there.
Especially since post-secondary education is basically really just throw a bunch of money, read a few books, get a piece of paper.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately for schools like Dakota State, the piece of paper doesn't even say what you studied. It just tells you that you have a bachelor's of something, a bachelor's of science.
Yeah.
It doesn't say bachelor's of science for arts. It just says BS. So,
But after you get your BS, you can get your MS.
yes.
But then you could be a master of science.
Yes.
That's almost as awesome as the Master Force.
Yeah, which we came up with today.
Yeah.
Which is all the forces of the universe, the four forces. As
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it's like the Avatar forces.
Right, it is.
Not the James Cameron, and definitely not the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Right. The
good
Nickelodeon.
one. The good one.
Right. So my issue is if they offer me the content job, do I take it for security or do I keep what I'm doing for freedom? The cat has hissed at something.
Yeah. Yeah. He has expressed his displeasure with the pizza box.
Is it a pizza box? Maybe he sees something.
There's a lot to be said for freedom, though.
There is. Now, granted, I'll have to pay for my own insurance, which, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's it, basically. That's a big difference. I have to get up at 5 in the morning. Well, 4:30, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's, especially if you get deeper and deeper into teaching, you're going to be doing that anyway if you get a regular teaching gig.
right.
And this is, so far, almost a regular teaching gig. You're booked all through next week.
Right. I know, every day except for the 2 that I can't work.
Yeah.
Because I have, like, training days at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah.
And I promise not to teach on a training day. So,
But yeah, that could work out
right.
really well because you can get your teaching, and then, if you take summers off, you can work part-time Bed Bath & Beyond.
Right. And I could probably switch positions there and not have to get up so early in the morning for the summer. So, I feel like I want to stay with what I'm doing. But I'm going to go through with the interviews at Sanford and see what it's all about. See if it's really, if they're like $20 an hour, I would be like, okay, fine, and I would drop everything. I don't think it'll be that much money.
Yeah, if it's $20 an hour doing something you love, it's like, oh wow,
Okay,
that's
I mean,
a sign.
you bought me.
Yeah,
You bought me.
yeah.
But I don't know if it'll be that much. If it's 15, it'll be really hard to say no. So if you're listening, Sanford, and you actually really want me, 15, and it'll be very hard to say no.
So what about 1501?
You're trying to tip the scale with a penny?
Yeah.
I would take it
be like
simply
that
because
jerk on The Price is Right and go like, oh, you paid $14? 1401, Bob.
I would pick it simply because no one I know makes a weird amount of money like that. That 1 cent I would not feel any benefit from.
No.
None whatsoever.
Unless it happened to be just enough to bump you to the next tax bracket.
Oh, then I would feel pain.
Yeah. This is the dumbest decision I've ever made.
So, yeah, I'm not sure. This before I accept a full-time job is if the government's listening, please stop listening now. I have to report to the student loan forgiveness program what my earnings are going to be for the next year.
Yep.
Because this year's ending.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not at a full-time job anymore. So my earnings are kind of like question mark.
Yeah.
Which means I could be paying less on my student loans. Which, good for me.
Yeah.
So, I could play the game, But if I take the full-time job, it could be more.
Yeah. And then you have to pay back that money that you didn't pay.
Right.
But not paying while paying it because government.
Right. Government crazy. So, it's a tough one.
Also, I found out how the Federal Reserve makes money. Not that they actually have anything to do with the government, because they don't. But what the Federal Reserve does when they decide we need more money is they push some buttons on a computer, and then there's more money.
Right. How much money you want? Is that enough? How about now?
Yeah, that's
good.
Yeah, that's what they do. And when there's too much money, they do the same thing in reverse, and the money goes away. It's just gone.
It just isn't. Well, there's not as much cash circulating as there is currency.
Yeah, it's
There's
true.
more currency on a computer screen than there is in your pocket.
Yeah.
To dwindle it down to one person. But like,
yeah. Our money isn't even cash money. It's just
so they don't even have to shovel dollar bills into a furnace to reduce how much money there is.
No.
They can just say there isn't.
Yeah.
And then there isn't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
This money out of nothing.
Right.
It's not based on gold or anything of actual value. It's just
the fact that we all say it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a true fiat currency.
Really.
It's money because the government says it is.
Danger. But, you know, none of my student loans ever had any actual physical money. I never handed someone a $20 bill to pay off a loan. I've never even written a check.
There's actually a way that, because the bank almost certainly didn't actually have the money
right.
that it gave you, the contract, the promissory note, probably isn't valid.
Right.
So you could probably annul the contract and wipe out the debt.
How do I do this? No, I can't now, because I went into the forgiveness program. Now it's a federal loan.
Even if it was a federal loan, they probably didn't have the money either. But it's hard to fight, and I think it's only been done once, and it'll probably never be done again. But one guy did it with a mortgage.
You don't have the money.
You never actually had that money that you gave me, so
I don't have to pay it back.
Yeah,
right. This isn't for real.
Yeah, he took it to
free
court.
House.
Yeah, he took it to court and he got a free house.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that would probably never work again.
So the other big thing is they finished a Wellspring pilot. They're finished converting.
Yes, the radio play.
And so now I have to lean on you, since you at one point said we could potentially record at your church.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about, let me look at my calendar real quick, because I do have a weekend coming up where I'll be unavailable. And I apologize for the unavailable weekends.
Yeah, well, life happens.
What about next weekend?
As long as there's nothing going on at the church, I'm recording a video for the preacher's wife in the morning.
On Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
So what if we podcasted from the church and recorded some sound?
That works.
Which means we'll invite at least Brett and anybody else I cast.
Yeah.
I don't have all the casting dialogue. Little snippets that fit the characters' personalities. That way they're not just reading from the script, because the script is only one day of that person's life. It's not really an introspective on who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather have someone who fits the character a little better than just reading that one script and fitting that and not fitting everything else. Which I know was asking a lot for something I'm not paying them for, but
yeah,
I feel like it's more appropriate. But it's all done. I wrapped up on what day? Tuesday, Wednesday. One of the days last week. So it's done.
One of them days.
So
yeah,
that's good news. So what's new with you?
Well, nothing.
How's Great Life?
It's great.
Okay, Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything about Pokemon Go?
I know that it's vaguely phone related, and you go to different places.
It's
and catch
entirely phone related.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. It's going to be available on Windows, Droid, and iPhone.
So basically everything except BlackBerry, because you say use a BlackBerry.
Now the game is free. There will be purchasable add-ons. All Pokemon will be available without pay.
Oh.
They may not all be available immediately or in your area. Damn it.
That's what trading's for.
Because this is entirely augmented reality.
Yeah.
However, there is a watch-like device that resembles a Pokeball, but is kind of like a Pokédex sort of thing that allows you to minimize phone interaction. It does most of the gameplay without the visuals. And so the phone will be like, dude, there's Pokemon nearby.
Yeah.
And you can hold it up and look around and you'll see them. And they're animated and they're alive. And you can catch them and interact with them. And you can interact with other players. And
like legit battle and training?
Right. And the big thing, the biggest thing about it is that legendaries are going to be rare. And this is using satellite technology. It's not just on your phone a game. It knows where you are.
It's called GPS.
Yeah, I'm just breaking it down.
Okay.
It knows where you are, so it understands night and day. It understands your surroundings, like your climate. So there probably won't be a lot of like desert Pokemon around here.
Well, Dakota Dunes.
And you won't find a Magikarp on the sidewalk. So
I doubt you'd find it in the big sewer either.
You might. It might just recognize it as a river.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it takes into account like how big it is. It's a shallow river, so you probably won't have a big one. You won't have like a
like
a Gyarados in there, right? Right.
We both go for
Maybe at the waterfall though. That'd be cool. The Falls Park. Oh my god. So like.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Watch the Magikarp swim up the falls.
The only thing the trailer advertisement for it lies about is they don't show people looking through their phones. They just show people looking at the Pokemon. That's not how it's going to work. You're going to have to look through your device to augment reality for them to be there. But, so, they'll say like...
Will it be available for Google Glass? Because that might get me to buy Google Glass.
Me too, that's what I was thinking. Like they need to drop the Pokeball device and just say the device is glasses.
Yeah.
The device is works Bluetooth with any phone, glasses, AR glasses. Less dorky than Google Glass. The Pokeballs on the middle of town. It look horrible. But anyway, so they advertise,
or it would be the whatever cap that he wears with the thing on it. It's not glasses at all. It's just a hat.
Right, that'd be cool with a little visor on it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
And they sell the vest and everything.
Oh god.
The vest doesn't do anything.
No, it's just there. Yeah. So they advertised Mewtwo showing up in New York City. And there's just one. I mean, if it gets caught, it is actually caught by all players participating in the capture. Which is nice. So it's not like, oh, fuck, Jimmy got it. And there will be another Mewtwo. But like it's not like there's a whole bunch running around.
There's like one at a time. Right.
And it's on a limited time. So if you don't successfully defeat it, because as far as I'm aware with legendaries, defeating it captures them. This isn't going to work like the game where you're like, ah, crap, I beat it, and now it's gone forever. So, which isn't the case anymore. Newer generations have a 24-hour refresh on them.
Oh, no,
so you go into the cave and like, I don't remember, there's a big like slug one. He's like,
Heatchans?
No, it's like a big worm. I don't remember what it's called. But anyway, if you beat it, you come back literally tomorrow, it'll be back. Oh. It's just gone for a while. So anyway, you have like a half hour for everyone. You team up. As many players as are available. Team up against the legendary. And everyone participating catches it. It's pretty sweet. So
when is this available?
They don't have a date, but it's 2016.
Okay, next year.
So soon.
Within a year.
And
could be Christmas 2016. You don't know, but
I honestly thought
hopefully for the summer.
I think it'll be for the summer. Yeah. I'm guessing April or March. They do like March. Nintendo seems to. They like March 20th because it's the first day of spring. So I'm going to bet the Sunday closest to the first day of spring. Sunday is Nintendo's release day. Tuesday is the day for everyone else.
Because Nintendo.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And so when the last games came out, I bought them. I never finished them. Not 6th gen, the re-release of 3rd gen.
Oh yeah. What? What do they call it? Oh yeah, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire.
Right.
I technically completed the original story, but they have that little tag at the end of the new generation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know this, where you go up in space and catch Rayquaza.
No, I didn't know that because I haven't even finished the third gym.
Oh wow!
Because I just realized I didn't care. And I felt terrible because I've always been like, oh my fucking god, Pokemon! Every generation. So, like, it's been hard. And then Pokemon Go happened, and I felt like,
It's Pokemon for adults. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, did you watch the trailer?
I have not.
Watch the trailer. There's no little kids.
Really?
Well, I mean, there's a couple, but it's like lots of like millennials.
Well, yeah.
It's really geared towards older people. But I think it will be exciting to be able to like play with a younger person, like run into a kid at the mall and be like, let me teach you how to be better.
So someone says Pokemon Go won't be the biggest Pokemon news of 2016.
Huh.
It says Pokemon Z will be.
Z. They're really doing the Z, huh?
Well, this is from idigitaltimes.com. It's probably all speculation.
That is the weirdest looking thing ever. A Pikachu wearing a Charizard outfit.
Yeah.
And it looks like the Charizard's trying to eat him.
It does. This is probably...
I feel like Pokemon Go is going to be a big step because Nintendo did announce they're working on a new...
Oh, Pokemon Z is announced. That's going to be a thing.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. They're saying the biggest news is going to be the Pikachu Build-A-Bear.
Oh, is that why he's wearing the Charizard outfit?
Yeah. How is that biggest? That's whoever wrote this was an idiot.
Anyhow, I'm sure Pokemon Go is going to have a lot of issues.
Real-world Pokemon gym opening in Japan.
For Pokemon Go use, I'm probably sure.
Oh, well, certainly.
So let's continue talking before you get into the research because the podcast is almost over. I only got about 15 minutes left. And
we can do whatever we want.
I suppose it's true.
10 Symphonies never been done before.
Yeah.
Never.
Right, never. Ever.
Except for the people that don't matter. All the people that matter died after 9.
Right. Which means we don't matter.
No, we're the first that matters.
Oh. But, so I'm sure we'll have a lot of issues. But Nintendo has announced they're doing a lot with mobile now. They may even be releasing their own mobile device. And when I say mobile, I don't mean like a DS. I mean like a phone. And,
it's just going to be a DS with a phone in it.
That's what I want. I want a DS that has an iPhone on the outside. Because it flips open. It would work amazing. Yeah, it flips because it's a gamer toy on the inside and it's a phone on the outside.
Pokemon Glass. Screw you, Google.
Yeah, that'd be great. But
it's a phone. It's augmented reality. It's got Pokemon.
When they showcased augmented reality on the 3DS, they gave you those little cards. All I could think was, why isn't there a Pokemon playmat for each type, so it feels like a gym, and then you play the card game and you use your DS and you see everything happen.
Yu-Gi-Oh style.
Right.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh TV show.
Right.
The Yu-Gi-Oh video games are hilarious because the Yu-Gi-Oh video games are the card game.
Right.
Without animation.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was baffled that they weren't pursuing that with Pokemon. I remember saying, like, why can't I hold up my DS and see, like, a Bulbasaur running through the grass when I'm outside? I can. But it's with my phone. So I feel like there will be a few issues. There's going to be a lot of things to work out, I'm sure. It's not going to be perfect because it's not an actual Pokemon game. Like, we get all these Pokemon side things that aren't perfect.
Well, even with the first Pokemon games were buggy as crap.
And retrospectively, they're not very fun.
No, they're not. And they're horribly broken because you can do things with the Pokemon in that game, like continuously train them after a level of 100.
Right.
They don't gain levels anymore, but they still gain
the stat increases.
The stat increases.
Right.
So you could have a Charizard with 500 HP or whatever.
Right. Well, and then there are all those like missing no glitches where you can go catch like a level 340 anything.
Yeah, and it just levels up, wraps back to 1.
Right. So, and some things are buggy as hell. You can catch trainers doing that. You can catch Pokeballs doing that.
Yeah, you'd run into wild trainers.
Right. Anything that had sprite data could be run into.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Right.
Of course,
And catching them caused your game to go nuts.
Yeah.
If you completed everything, it wasn't so bad, but I remember I had a friend who performed the missing no glitch across the Seafoam Islands before defeating Blaine.
Yeah.
And
I was in Cinnabar Island.
Yeah. And before defeating Blaine and caught a level like 200 and something, whatever, and then suddenly all of Blaine's Pokemon were that high level. They were all ridiculous. He just couldn't beat Blaine.
Yeah, then game over.
Right, it was just done.
Yeah.
So, I remember telling him, like, just keep doing that until you find like a bunch of water type that are way high level. Catch them all. And then go fight Blaine. It might work. But I don't know if he ever did it. I think he just started all over. And he was devoutly against cheating in that way. But, come on.
Come on.
I don't know why they haven't released a non-glitchy Missing No as like a downloadable character that doesn't mean anything to anybody. It's just there for older players to be like, oh, look at that dumb glitch thing.
At least a t-shirt.
Yeah.
An official Missing No t-shirt.
Sure. Or just had scrambled looking crap on it.
Yeah.
There's multiple types of Missing No.
There were. There were at least like 8 of them.
Yeah, I know. I only remember running into a couple of them.
They weren't put in there on purpose either. They were legit bugs.
Right. They were the code not knowing what to do.
I mean, even if they put that in the TV show.
And that would be cool. Like, what the fuck is that thing?
Well, you go to some crazy power plant or something weird happens.
Right. And you hear that sound.
Lupo does something weird. I don't know.
And, what was I going to say? I don't remember. I lost my thought. Oh, Pokemon. I don't know if they still do it, but the original games had some type of coding, or it wasn't hard. It wasn't like closed off. So if you use like a code breaker or a Game Shark to fuck with the code, it stays that way.
Oh yeah.
Other games,
it wasn't a ROM. It was all writable. You could write the game. And in fact, if you caught a Missing No and put it in your PC, you fucked your game.
Right.
It's done.
I'm glad I knew all those things at the beginning because all I ever did was the encounter thing and then run away to increase items in your 9th item slot.
Yeah, infinite rare candies.
Right. I quit doing that after I realized rare candies don't give a stat increase and I couldn't beat a guy with legitimately trained Pokemon that were level 100.
Yeah, but you can still get stat increases.
You kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you just keep on battling, get your EVs, and then put it in the box, pull it back up. There you go.
Right. I don't think I knew that back then. I knew that like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But I don't think I knew that when I was like 12. But anyway, so I used a Codebreaker once on my red.
Mm-hmm.
And Codebreaker had a really cool system where it had a button on top where the moment a variable happens. Like, I used it in Mario once where I
Game
jumped.
Shark?
Well, the actual brand was Codebreaker.
Oh, okay.
I used...
Game Shark has it as well.
Right. And I used Mario, and I jumped. And as the zenith of his jump finished and he starts falling, gravity, if you will, takes over.
Yeah.
I push the button. And it doesn't... Like, the programmers didn't code, like, this is gravity. It's just, like, variable 3. And you figure out which one, and I shut it off. And I turned on another type of interaction, which was like, instead of fall, pretend it's the ground. So I could jump, and the minute the jump reached its zenith, he was on a ground plane that didn't exist. I could jump like 3 times and run across every level.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. I just blew through the game in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I threw in Pokemon, and I was unaware that it was writable. And,
oh, no. So you wrote that in the Pokemon game?
Well, something like that. What I did was I got into a battle, the very first battle. I had my Charmander, got into the battle with Gary with his Squirtle, and Squirtle scratched, I think is his first move.
Yeah.
And I hit the button, and I switched the variable for damage from, like, take away health to give me health.
Oh.
So every time I got hurt, my health bar got longer, and it was scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
Because it was more than max.
Right. And I don't think the game knew what it was doing with that because it just bulked up the bottom of the screen every time I got into battle. I couldn't read stuff at the bottom, and but I knew everything was, so I didn't need to. And I could just use one Pokemon for everything. He just couldn't die.
Yeah.
It might be the slowest fight ever. Like I might be fighting a much higher level water type, and I'm doing very little damage, but I'll get him. And
yeah, go ahead, Bubble Beam. That's fine.
Things were great. I got through like 3 gyms in a couple hours. I saved and quit. Came back, turned it on, and the screen was just a mess of like glitchy looking pixels.
Oh yeah.
And it made some like droning noise where it tried to start the music and it didn't know what it was doing. So it just went like after like starting the little intro thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird. Like, shut it off. Right, pretty much. And I blew in the cartridge, put it back in. I was like, all right, come on.
Yeah, because that's the official Nintendo. Oh, I screwed up.
You get the bling Nintendo. I'm like, all right, we're doing good. And, and I'm like, oh my god, and I could never get it to go past that ever again.
Yeah, you done borked your boot sector.
So, and then years later, I remember Googling it, and they were like, yeah, if you never shut it off, it would have been fine. But even if you go to start a new game, like that thing you did is still there. So, never shut it off.
Yeah.
But
you can, if you still have the cartridge, you can get a thing for it and reflash your
I think I gave Paul the cartridge.
Okay.
Because it still had a good battery in it.
Yeah.
That's the big downfall, is Nintendo's really good at picking batteries, because the batteries they put in NES cartridges were 90-day batteries, which is not very long.
No.
And many of them lasted 20 to 30 years. So you can still save games.
Yeah.
The Game Boy batteries must have been a different company that made them or something, but they're not quite as good. They lasted like 15 years, and now they don't work.
But
so things got...
Game Boy games probably don't work no more.
Right. And then when they moved up to like the Game Boy Advanced, they used flash memory.
So no batteries in those, right?
Some games had a battery.
Yeah.
Which Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire did.
Yes.
And when I acquired my...
That's because the Game Boy itself didn't have a clock.
Right. When I acquired my Ruby, I got it secondhand, and the battery was dead. And you turn the game on, and it would say, the clock has expired. You can still play the game, but you're never going to the Sevii Islands.
Yeah.
Tough. Or whatever they were called.
There was a thing you could do for that. There is like a strange button combination you could press that would then ask you to input a specific code, which you would figure out by using a code breaker piece of software that's based on your trainer ID. So you put all that in there, and then as long as the Game Boy is on, it would still use the clock because it's powered.
Right.
Its clock chip is working.
Oh,
but if you turn it off, the battery would die.
I could set it to be the day of the week that the islands appeared and be like an hour before they open up so I can get there in time.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I never got to go there. I've never ever been there.
I think I went to one once.
Maybe I'll have to play the re-release finally.
I don't think they're in there.
Oh, they're not?
I think they took them out.
Well, that's fine.
I don't know, but let's find out.
That was the only place to get certain Pokemon, like to get a second Metang without breeding. That was the only place to get them. To get all the old generation Pokemon, that was the only place to get those.
Sevii Islands.
They were the ones in that generation, right?
Oh no, that's Fire Red and Leaf Green.
What were the islands called in Ruby and Sapphire?
Ruby Islands. Probably some real place called Ruby Islands. Mirage Island?
The Mirage
Southern Island? Actually, I think those are in the remake.
Yeah,
Mirage Island, definitely. That's Hoenn, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Never ever been there.
I've been there once.
Yeah, I remember saying
that. What was there? There was that berry.
Yeah, the old generation Pokemon based on the time and the day.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't available every day.
I think I caught like some Ditto there.
And you could catch Metang there. You get one free Metang for beating the game, and if you didn't want to breed them, you'd catch wild ones there. And Bagon.
I was always into breeding, so I was like, oh, look at that. This one breeds.
Me too. I could spend ridiculous amounts of hours breeding. I think one of the things that really takes me...
How do you do that in Pokemon Go? How do you do all the things in Pokemon Go?
That's the thing I don't think you're going to be able to. Because if it was exactly a new Pokemon game that just worked the way we want it to work...
Well, it wouldn't be a new Pokemon game, per se. It would be the real-world version.
Right.
Of the
game.
I
kind of want it to go that way.
There wouldn't necessarily be a story.
Right.
But all the functions would still be there.
Okay, so since I know
Breeding,
Nintendo's
battling,
listening...
training. Yeah, absolutely. They love us.
Since I know Nintendo's listening...
Come on, Reggie.
I want them to take this to heart. Every generation of Pokemon games, you release some new, like, sub-feature or side feature, if you will, that is irrelevant to finishing the game, but is relevant to, like, enjoying the universe they're putting you in. And when I say universe, I mean in that generation. Like, in 4th generation, there was mining, secret bases, and Poffin.
Yeah.
Now, secret bases was in 3rd generation, but they really expanded on it with the mining thing. But then
the mining was fun.
It all went away.
Yeah.
And I was okay with Poffin going away. I think beauty contests
secret bases are in the beauty contest.
Were they in 3rd gen?
Yeah, that's Hoenn. I think they're only in Hoenn, aren't they?
They stuck around. No.
Oh, no, that's right. They are.
They've been around.
Yeah, they keep going. I never do them. So
no, yeah, because it's dumb. But apparently,
it's still nice.
People like
enjoy it. Yeah.
So, but the thing is there are great things that they introduce that just go away.
Yeah.
For one, 5th gen, I believe, or 4th gen had the Pocketch or whatever it's called.
Oh, the Pocketch, yeah.
Yeah, and you could see your daycare.
Mm-hmm.
Bring that back. Like, keep some. Don't give me the Pocketch because a lot of that was garbage.
Yeah.
But like, bring back some of the features that worked really well. Like, I want to be able to see my daycare.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that.
6th gen gave you that thing where you could kick soccer balls to increase EVs.
Yes.
They have that in Omega and Alpha.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you get it later?
You must get it. Yeah, you probably didn't get it yet. It's in there.
Oh, because right off the bat I was like, oh, I have to do it by hand? And I think that was one of the first things that pissed me off.
No, it's in there.
I wasn't
Although I do like about, is it X and Y?
Yeah.
It's there right away.
Right.
So if you want to sit down and EV train your starter.
You can do it right now.
Because every other game, your starter's EVs are fucked up. You have to go and get whatever berry it is to reset them and then fix it.
Right. And yeah, you can reset them with a bag.
Yes, the reset bag.
Oh, that was so good. I was just like, you did something right. And they started letting you have a little more variation on your character. There's a little bit of a character creation. One of the things I like about Pokemon Go is it's me. And they are aware that they have done the one thing no one's able to do, which they need to pat themselves on the back. They've retained most, if not all, of their original audience, and they're able to garner new 10-year-olds every time a new game comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And when I say their original audience, I mean for every generation.
1997.
To now.
Yeah.
Anyone who's played it, I would say 50-50 chance you're still playing.
Yeah, or at least you still want to.
Right. So they've done that right. So improve the character creation. Don't give me like, I don't want a precise age, but give me like, tween, teen, older, like young adult.
Yeah, if I want to be like an old gentleman,
right.
do that.
Don't make me be.
I don't want to be an ace singer
forever. In 6th gen, they didn't quite look like 10-year-olds. They looked kind of like they might have been like 14, 12 to 14, somewhere in there. So they felt a little older. And for love of God, remove the 10-year-old stigma, because for some reason there's like 3-year-olds running around with like Rattata when you get out there. And you're like, I thought you had to be a 10-year Pokemon. But that's not true. So.
Yeah. I don't know where the games are in terms of timeline. I assume every game takes place in a later time.
Actually, they don't. There's a weird, messed up official timeline.
Oh, okay.
Where like 1st gen and then 2nd gen, and then 3rd gen takes place at the same time as 1st gen, and 4th gen takes place at the same time as 2nd gen, and then 5th gen is afterwards, I think, and 6th gen is after that.
Okay, so they're pretty close to in order. Next generation, just say everyone has Pokemon.
And another thing I would love to see that we won't see because it's totally doable and it would just be nice, which they wouldn't do that because I have to be a pain in the ass, is just no more new Pokemon. Sorry, we just don't need any more new ones.
Yeah, there's
over 700.
I think it's close to 8.
Yeah, there's way too fucking many Pokemon, and my sincerest apologies, but a lot of them are carbon copies of others.
Yeah.
And that's disgusting.
Especially in some of the games, I think they just wanted, well, we really need a Pidgey-type character, but we don't want to do Pidgey again. Let's do another one.
Right. And I get it that after a while there's like so many combinations. Well, kind of. What's that other one? That other brown, ugly fucker? He evolves into Milotic. Is it Phoebus?
Oh, yeah, Phoebus.
A little bit better than Magikarp. Magikarp's the only one that's literally stunted.
Yeah. All it knows is Splash until level 15 it learns Tackle.
Right. And I don't think, as a Magikarp, it can learn anything else.
No, it can't. You can't even TM anything. That's it. Splash and Tackle.
So...
And technically, it can do struggle, but
I'm proud of them for introducing a few more types to balance things a little better. Fairy type is super interesting. Granted, I feel like it doesn't have enough Pokemon, and I know I've said that we don't have any more.
I have mixed feelings about how they nerf Dragon.
Me too. Well, they nerfed Dark too. Don't forget that they nerfed Dark.
I'm a Dragon guy, so I just don't pay attention to Dark.
I love Dark, and I love that no one seemed to care, so Dark just stayed amazing.
Yeah.
And now it's not.
And then they actually finally balanced it. It's like, damn it.
So I guess they nerfed Dark and they balanced, or they nerfed Dragon and they balanced Dark. They nerfed Dragon hard.
They did nerf it pretty hard. It was unbalanced,
but I think that's because
they went the other direction.
The wide variety of players, I shouldn't even say variety, the most players tend to play Psychic or Dark. Or Dragon, excuse me.
Yeah.
And so...
because after you battle Lance in whatever generation that was, like, oh man, Dragon's
first and second.
Yeah.
So, right. So I get that. And I want all locations. No more Pokemon. All regions. And in my dream world, this is what you get. You build your character. You pick your gender. You pick your age. You tweet how they look. Maybe you take a picture of yourself, and it like kind of fills in the blanks if you don't want to do all the work. And then it says, where are you from? And if you pick Kanto, you start in Pallet Town, and you get to pick Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle. If you pick Hoenn, you get their starters.
Right.
You know, that sort of thing. And then throughout the game, you can travel to any and all of the regions.
Pokemon generations.
Boom. Done. Oh. Fixed. Perfect. Hooray. Now let me trade my Pokemon for Pokemon Go.
Like all the regions, including Or Pokemon Coliseum.
Oh, I forgot about that. And XD had its own region too.
Yeah. XD is also an Or. Same region.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Different part of the same region. Same region.
Give us all of them. And the Orange Islands.
Yeah. That was anime only.
I know. Give us all of them.
Yeah.
And Sunny Town.
Where's Sunny Town? Is that anime?
In the anime.
Okay.
We never see it though. There's big fan theories behind it.
Oh.
When he first gets on
is this like the face of maybe two shoes?
Yeah. When he gets on the cycling path, it says like next stop Sunnytown on a sign, and then he winds up in Fuchsia. And
so it should be close to Fuchsia.
Right. Is Fuchsia the one with the Safari Zone?
It's in that area.
I think it is. I think it's Fuchsia. So anyway, let's just say it's Fuchsia, and if someone's actually listening, they can correct us if we're wrong. When you do the Safari Zone glitch, which is highly ill-recommended, where you enter the Safari Zone and then you fly away to any town, the timer for the Safari Zone is still running. And then after, 3 minutes, it goes ding-dong, and it kicks you back to the door. So if you fly to Cerulean, you run around, the thing will say ding-dong, and it'll warp you back to Fuchsia if it is.
Yeah.
And the town will be all fucked up.
Oh.
Like,
another bug they didn't know about.
yeah, and as long as you don't save, it's fine. But the town is all fucked up, and some people call it Sunny Town.
Oh.
Because there is no Sunny Town.
So the anime Sunny Town is a reference to Bugged Out Future City.
Potentially. But nobody really knows. So give us that too. Make up a Sunny Town. Take us everywhere.
720 Pokemon.
Isn't that disgusting?
And a lot of them are legendary. Like,
I know.
Like pure
Quit that.
legendary.
Quit that.
Like there's one per
Fucking
game.
quit that.
Or there's less than one per game because there was no official event.
Right.
Like Arceus. The only legitimate way to get Arceus is to trade with someone from Japan who had it legitimately.
Right. I have a legit Arceus because I was writing for PokeJungle.net during that generation.
Oh, they handed one out?
They didn't hand one out. The community, there was a lot of people over there who were using that website for guides and stuff, and somebody gave me one.
Oh, okay. So it was nice.
I also got a Celebi that way. My first legit Celebi. Because Celebi was event only.
Was that the one where you got the Pokemon Coliseum bonus disc?
Right.
I have that.
No, it's Jirachi.
Oh, that was Jirachi. I have that one.
Celebi had like one American event for second generation when that game came out, and then never had another one again. But then during fourth gen, they had an event where you could get it on during third gen, they had an event where you could get it on Fire Red, Leaf Green, or the other ones.
Yeah, the other games in that generation.
Right.
Not the remakes,
And
but the actual
I couldn't get to Toys R Us on time, so I sent Paul with it, and I got one copy, and he got like 3. And then later on in fourth gen, I got a legit one from Japan. So I guess that was my second legit Celebi. I've got 2. So, yeah, I have a bunch of Jirachi because Paul was just making Jirachis. Because the game, if you just reset the game, it didn't recognize that it had already given you a Jirachi. And you can just get another one. And you just keep doing it.
It's fantastic.
So I've got 5 or 6 of those. But
yeah, the event only Pokemon really irk me because we live in America, in a particularly empty part of America.
Right.
There isn't anything Pokemon.
I feel bad that I gave away my field.
Oh yeah. But also, not just because of their event only, but it irks me that there are areas that are coded into the game that I can't get to because the magical door to get to them wasn't open for South Dakota.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
And in some cases, like with the Arceus event, there's an entire subplot for Arceus.
Yeah, there's like you open up like a dungeon or whatever.
Yeah, there's like an entire thing. So there's actual not just an area type content, but content that I can't get to.
Right.
Without cheating.
Right. And it's hard to cheat on the newer games. It's not as accessible as it used to be because Game Sharks aren't a thing.
Yes, they are.
They still are?
Mm-hmm.
They make a Game Shark for the DS?
Absolutely, they do.
Holy shit, I've never seen one.
I think they're pretty rare. But you're not going to find them at GameStop, but
I know the
if you dig for them, you can.
The biggest way to cheat these days is to download a ROM.
Yeah, just do the ROM.
And then you can put it on a card that fits into your DS. And put it there.
Yeah, you can hack a ROM.
So
there's actually people that will take Pokemon games and reprogram them so it's still Pokemon, but with a really dark plot instead of the one. There was one where everyone died. I can't remember what it was.
So here's another region. The Pokemon Ranger region should be in this game too. I don't remember what that was called. But Ranger had a fucked up plot that was literally going to end the world. It wasn't rewriting the world. It was literally just ending the world. Most of the villains want to take over or rewrite the worlds in their favor. That guy wanted to end it. But I have moral qualms with Pokemon Rangers.
Oh, and then there was the trading card game Islands.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of really weird regions.
So my qualm with the Rangers is, granted they get 7 Pokemon in their party, but
there's also a region that's in the trading card games, but it's not in the game of the trading card games.
Which region?
There's 2 of them. There's the Southern Islands and Hold on.
I love Holan. Bring it in. It was in an anime once, but it wasn't called Holan.
Ah,
There was a 45-minute special that used the same plot.
apparently, there's also a region that's just simply called the Mystery Dungeon World.
Oh yeah, Mystery Dungeon World. That's a region where there are no humans,
Ah.
and therefore you play as a Pokemon.
I have been to. Oh, there's another anime only. The Gay Color,
Not familiar with that. Must be newer.
probably. Well, I've at least been to all the core ones.
Holan is the best because of this. Holan is a small archipelago of islands, clearly. And don't read it. I want to tell it to you.
Okay, tell it to me.
And it's like a
pictures.
big science lab, essentially. And it's run by a guy, I believe it's named after a guy named Holan, if I recall correctly. And what he does is he puts a Pokemon in a machine, kind of like Bill did, and instead of trying to teleport, he fucks up your type. So in the card game, there aren't all the types that are in the video game. They shorten it so it's easier to play. And so, like, ground and rock are all fighting type, typically. And they're weak to grass. Why not? And so, for example, Larvitar, like my signature Pokemon, is fighting type. He's weak to grass. But in Holan's world, he's fire type and he's weak to grass. Because you retain your original weakness, but you get a new crazy type. And your final form might have an even crazier type. Like the signature Tyranitar for the original Holan run is Fire Steel.
Oh.
Yeah. He's BA. There's a Psychic Fire Mewtwo.
So Holan was kind of like, oh, look, a card that we all know and love. Let's throw a dart at the wall and see what its new type is.
Right, and it scrambled stuff. There were like electric water type Pokemon that were never water before.
Like a water type Electabuzz.
There was a Psychic Steel Crobat, which Paul used the hell out of.
Oh, yeah.
It added steel to a lot of things, which was kind of fun. Because there was a location card called the Holan Research Tower, which meant all cards may be played as steel without the 10 hit point increase. So, my Tyranitar, no, not my Tyranitar, my Salamence, my Fire Steel Salamence, had a move that said, I do 60 damage if you discard a steel type energy. You can only have 4 steel type energies in your deck back in the day, back when they were rare cards. And they gave you a plus 10 HP increase for each one you attach to a steel type Pokemon. So, to perform that move, but then you had to discard one to perform it. So if you did that, you would wind up losing all your steel types. And you kind of want to hold on to them because they improve your health.
Yeah.
So if you use that location, then you can discard fire types instead. Because every card may be considered steel without the health increase. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite region. They did kind of introduce it in 6th gen in the video games. There was a guy who would offer you to do an invert battle, which simply inverted strengths and weaknesses.
Yep.
Felt a little Holan. It was really hard.
Yeah.
And
oh, look, you throw out a squirrel. I guess I'll use my Charmander.
Right. What the hell?
I don't know about this.
But so anyway, let's wrap up this podcast.
Okay, bye.
There we go.
Pokemon podcast. Again.